A long time ago, there existed a prophecy that would doom a secret dystopian city. This place, called Soa City, was prophesied to be destroyed by a monstrous demon simply known as the Beast. Determined to stop that prophecy from coming to pass, the king of a far-off planet decided to call upon someone, grant them powers of the Zodiac, and attempt to prevent this future doomsday. As you probably imagined, that person was me. At first, I merely observed silently and witnessed a society of chaos and misfortune, as instructed. However, I could not stand by with mere observation. I had to act. Making some allies of the residents, we planned to fight back against the criminals of the city and protest against the corruption of the city's moderators. And for some time, we did good work. But it wasn't to last. Soon, two individuals came along to cause trouble in Soa City. At first, they worked separately, not even aware of the other, merely acting as nuisances to any person they encountered. But then, a dark figure came to Soa City. This being was a demon, once a grave interstellar threat, and held to the goal of bringing about the Beast before its prophesied state. Desperate to accomplish his plans, the demon recruited the two troublemakers, and in turn made one last devastating attack against the city. With the duo's rampage causing actual significant damage to the city, one of my closest allies, a time traveler of the future, revealed a technique to temporarily merge three people into one. This technique would multiply our power to breathtaking new heights. So, to defeat the evils of the duo, my closest allies and I fused ourselves together into the Holy Komodo Fighter. When the subordinates saw this, they attempted to merge themselves with the still primordial energy of the Beast. The biomerged beast they formed was truly terrifying, but it was nothing to our power. After a long and dangerous battle, we succeeded. We managed to stop the evil creature. Soa City was at last safe. For a short time, Soa City had peace. But trouble would arise again, and a new person came onto the scene. While theories abound to this day of who this stranger was, he quickly became an ally of the moderators and managed to blockade one of my allies. The time traveler was banished from the city. With the prophecy seemingly ended, I decided to pursue my rebellious feelings and willingly left the city into the harsh desert outskirts to find my friend. I did so, along with many new allies, and together we formed a revolution of guardians. We trained and planned to strike back against the corruption of the moderators. But we were betrayed. Our hideaway was decimated, and though we believed it to be an outside threat, a private confession to me revealed it was one of my own allies. He felt so afraid of the future coming to pass, he sided with the demon. Realizing the dangers of the demon, my king came to Earth itself, and together the two of us chased the demon across the planet. While the demon was much weaker than the beast, it was still a dangerous creature and required our full cooperation. A savage battle occurred, and though we succeeded in the end, it came with a price. Not only did my king and I take injuries, I was forced to use all of my zodiac power to seal the demon into a void, fueled by its own power. Though I was an ordinary human again, at least the demon was trapped. With peace restored, I opted to return to my normal life and would never again return to Soa City. Alas, despite all the efforts and in defiance of all our good, so a city's corruption was too strong. No one had the strength of will to defy it, and so the prophecy came to pass. The beast rose, and so a city fell. Since then, I have lived my days hidden away in the desert, not expecting to ever see action again. However, I recently received a message from the king. He made a strange request of me. He asked me to return to the public eye. I think he believes that the kindness and camaraderie of others gives me strength and may restore my power. Is he just being cautious? Is there some new danger coming back around? Hard to say, but what I can say is... Hello everyone, it is I, Garlan, or the Freedom Fighter, or Land Prower Kopaka. I go by many names. I am the former Zodiac Warrior of the Galactic Ares Reticulation, and that was the lore video that I made, and posted on my YouTube channel, so if you want to see it more directly, you can go to YouTube and watch it there. But, yeah, I figured I would start this, very important stream of FLICKY with my very important lore video. Hello to Humane Entertainment, Starlight, and the lovely Miss Pianta Pink. Thank you all for showing up. And for anyone else who has shown up or will watch this video in the future on YouTube, thank you, and I appreciate it. Yeah, that is, it's based on a true story. I can see where the Steven Universe and Dragon Ball Z references might be there, but, it's based on a true story. Actually came out before Steven Universe, so, yeah, I figured I'd get that story out there, get some pictures to represent previous history. Oh, thank you, Humane. And yeah, I found the music online. It was free music to use as long as I credit it. So when the video gets uploaded to YouTube, as well as the already lore video that's up on YouTube, you can look up those songs in case you want to listen to them yourself. But yeah, what we're really here today for is the incredibly important lore concept of a game called FLICKY. I don't know if anyone's ever played this, but on this month, way back in 1991, this game came out for the Sega Genesis. Yes, you could call it the prequel to Sonic 3D Blast. You could call it the prequel to every Sonic game. It did technically come out before every Sonic game. And FLICKY is a being that appears in Sonic games. Yeah, basically, it's a very simple game. You're guiding the FLICKY, or helping the FLICKY guide the chickies to this door, while trying to avoid the enemies, the Tiger the cat and Iggy the iguana. And you throw flower pots at them. And it's very easy to die. You only have the one hit, so you gotta be careful. So like Sonic 3D Blast, yes. Minus the cat and the iguana. Yeah, unless there was a cat and iguana badnik. I'm not sure about that. Oh, I'm really out of practice. I have beaten this game before. Well, I say beaten. Um, basically, there are 48 levels, and when you beat the 48 levels, the game basically loops back around with slightly harder levels. There we go. Kind of like Pac-Man, but without the game glitching out at the end. Yeah, basically. At least as far as I know, I don't think the game ever glitches out at the end. Oh! Wow, that was close. Okay. Ah! Bugs Bunny's Crazy Castle. No, I don't think I've ever played it. I don't think I've ever heard of it. Or is that the game that you talked about the other day? Aw. No, the other day was the Looney Tune Martian Alert. Oh, okay, okay. Oh, I missed. Okay. Uh, I don't know if that counted. Come to think of it, maybe it's more like Hotel Mario, only better. Yeah, that could. You could use that comparison as well. Yeah, even though it's an early old game, it's not too difficult to control. It's just that when you're playing it, um, you can get the Flicky or the chickies into the door with Flicky, at any point, but you get the most points if you can get all of them at the same time. So I'm trying to do that. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. And luckily, when you throw things, it. Oh, that was close. Uh oh. Uh oh. Ah, okay. Luckily, when you throw things, it can hit multiple enemies at the same time, which is pretty fun. And as you can see, even when you die like this, oh, it didn't come back in fast enough. There's a lot of chickies in the Sonic franchise. Yeah, you would think there would be. I don't know, they all grew up, I guess. Oh my gosh. Well, I was hoping we're not going to get to this point, but if I do die too many times, I guess I'm going to have to, save state. Because I don't want to take too long with it. But we'll see what happens. Yeah. Uh, and the option is there for a reason. That's true. Whoops. Well, I guess I'm not getting the full points on this one. uh, there we go. Whew. The game's audio is not working. What? Oh. Okay, hold on. We'll time out. Hmm. Are you sure? Oh, dang. What could be causing that issue? Hmm. Yeah, if it's not coming through, um, hmm, it doesn't sound like it from my when I'm listening to my own stream. Hmm, hmm. How do I switch that? Uh, okay. Do you hear making sound effects? Do you hear making sound effects? Okay, and that doesn't cause any like crazy, annoying audio issues or anything like that. Okay, and that doesn't cause any like crazy, annoying audio issues or anything like that. Hmm. Hmm. Echo. Echo. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Hmm. Yeah, I turned off the audio input capture and then turned on desktop audio. Yeah, I turned off the audio input capture and then turned on desktop audio. The audio input capture and then turned on desktop audio. audio source of the capture card? I thought that I did. I thought that I... Hmm. Okay, I have desktop audio muted. Um... How does this work? Does this sound better? Okay. Alright, well dang. I guess when I changed the plugs around, it screwed up the audio settings. But you're saying that this could be... Should work now, right? Presumably, if you can hear me in the game itself... Yes, and no echo. Okay. Alright, how far back? There's the whimsy music. Yeah, I'm sorry that the music wasn't coming through at first. Luckily, I guess, it is like Bugs Bunny's Crazy Cast. Luckily, the theme song doesn't shift out. You know, it's the same song every time. But, yeah, I'm sorry that it still didn't play through. That's annoying. I was really trying to avoid having any tech issues. I wanted to stream yesterday, and because of tech issues, I didn't. Lower the game audio just a bit. Okay, let me work on that. Okay, let's try here. Okay, good. Oh. Okay, we'll do it here. Okay. Whew. That wasn't so bad. Okay. But yeah. Yeah, it's a very simple game. It's pretty easy to play if you have access to the Nintendo Switch Online stuff, or if you have one of the various Sonic/Sega game collections. It's pretty easy to find nowadays in comparison to the olden days. And as I pointed out before, it was originally an arcade game, so yes, for me, it was the Sonic Mega Collection. The Sonic Mega Collection had mostly Sonic games, but it did also have some unique outliers like FLICKY and Rystar. Which I'm sure a lot of people know Rystar is kind of based on the original prototype idea of what they were thinking about doing with Sonic. Okay, wait, does this mean that Mort the Chicken is a 3D successor to this game? You know? It really is, isn't it? Yeah. I've been a little distracted, so I haven't pointed it out, but this is also the first round that introduces Iggy here, the iguana, and Iggy can really surprise you with how maneuverable he is. Oh my gosh, I can't even... And this is also one of the tougher areas because of how the platforms are structured. I can see it in there. Oh my gosh. There we go. Oh. Whew. But, yeah, this game was also an arcade game, which, the arcade game came out in 1984, but it was, released in May, so, the... I figured it was more interesting to go for the Genesis version now, not only because, you know, it's actually January when the Genesis version came out, but also because it's the one I played. I don't think there are really much of much differences between the two, but, you know. And the only thing is that some of the chicks, specifically the ones that are wearing sunglasses, like to run, as you may be noticing. Compared to the ones that don't have sunglasses, they'll pretty much stay in place. So, they're not as annoying. But the sunglasses ones are... I don't know, I think that they're supposed to be trying to help you. And whether or not you consider that helpful is up to you, I suppose. Ah, that's a good idea. Ah. Come on. Oh no, I missed. Oh no. Okay. Yeah. I feel like it is still a ways away, but that is a good idea. I'll try to make sure I note that down after the stream is over. That one wasn't too bad, huh? Definitely some more the chicken stuff as well, because now I have forever linked more the chicken with you. But, yeah. You know, I don't think... You know, I didn't look too hard, but I don't think there were a lot of people that actually did, anything more the chicken related on his anniversary. It was like, oh, that's surprising. I figured that there'd be at least some interest because, as I pointed out in the More the Chicken stream, I think that he got put into, is it Pizza Tower? Which, ironically, I have still not played, so I don't know what Mort's cameo is in that game. Oh my gosh. One chick. A chirp. Aw, missed? Okay. Guess it's a reason to stream Pizza Tower. Yeah, at some point. That'll be really fun. I'll have to try to remember this. I gotta look up when National Pizza Day is, and that's when I can stream Pizza Tower. That one I did in 28 seconds. Am I slowly regaining my skills? Or am I jinxing it? And instead getting the, Let's Play curse. Even though this isn't a Let's Play. I got the curse instead. February 9th. Ooh. I wonder if I'll be busy that day. I'll have to look into that. Iggy, you tricked me. Let's go back here, because I didn't realize I had a... Wow. Yeah, these tigers like to do pincer movements, so it makes it very easy for them to get at you without you realizing it, and then, you're just caught unawares. You know what? Maybe there's a philosophical meaning to you showing it your lore video in this stream of FLICKY, because FLICKY is about a bunch of birds moving together as one. Coincidence? I think not. Yeah, you know, I mean... that's almost the intention, I would say. I can't jump up here. I knew I wanted to do the lore video at some point. I just couldn't decide when. And... okay. And eventually it was just kind of like, you know what? This is a great place for it. Just having it in a FLICKY stream of all things is too funny. Okay. But yeah, now we're in space, sort of. I say sort of because, I don't think we're actually in space. I think we're still in the same building. But it is hard to tell what the developers were intending with this. Ow. Because, like, you know, I just picked up a rotary phone. Which... is a very weird thing to find in a space location. Yeah, let's go back farther. Oh, I didn't want to go up there. So, were the glass mosaics featured in the lore video in some kind of temple in the Ares reticulation? Yeah, we can go with that. You know, I would say, out of a sense of not wanting to brag, that it was just artisticness. But, yeah, we could say, that King Big felt so, what's the word? He felt so appreciative of my efforts that he was like, okay, I will put up these monuments, this glass figurine and all that in your honor. Which, you know, I appreciate that. I think it's probably going to be easy for me to go way farther back. Try to start the room from all over. All hail King Big. Yes. For those unaware, the king's name is King Big, so, he's been I'd say an iconic figure in the Soa City lore. I'm actually not sure if you ever saw the picture of him, Humane. I believe, Beyonce has. But, I'm not sure if you have. Alright, that was way better. Yeah, so it's good to just start over. Just I don't have any lives left, so I have to do save states. Okay. I'll try to remember to send it. It's a very, interesting picture. Oh, I should not have jumped. Oh, I can't. Alright, let's just start from the beginning. It's usually easier to do it that way. So how is King Big as a person? Is he a very active king? Is he a more relaxing kind? He definitely has his moments of... Oh, that really missed? Okay. Definitely has his moments where he's more relaxed than... I would say, he's more relaxed in certain moments. Oh, really? Come here. There we go. He's more relaxed, in certain moments. But it's because on his planet, planet Mobius, it's a pretty peaceful place, so he doesn't really need to be very active. Living the dream on planet Mobius, yeah. Basically. So as a monarch, does he pull a Princess Peach and do a lot of stuff like tennis or kart racing? You know, I think he would enjoy doing those things. I could say he's probably done those in the past. Maybe even some fishing, too. Oh, wow. I can't believe that cat missed. People do seem to love fishing nowadays. Yes. It has become the new, big thing, hasn't it? Oh, gosh. Oh. Teacup couldn't reach it in time. But yeah, you see, like, we just went from space to this place. So, I don't think that we were actually in space. I think that might have just been decor for this building. Okay, one more. Having Starlight wallpaper is pretty rad. It is. You know. It's pretty cool looking, and then you also look at, this one, where it's got a cute little elephant thing. Me? Yes, you. Full of starlights, yes. Now let's just start from the beginning. Wow, that's a lot longer than I realized. Okay. Whew. Alright, back to the elephant room. Yeah, we are past the halfway point as far as original, regular levels. Since there's only supposed to be 48. Or hard mode would kick in. I find it interesting how the sunglass chirpies have the sunglasses hanging on their necks while they're floating around. It's only when they follow you do they actually put the sunglasses on. That is interesting. Huh. Yeah, you're right. I guess, I guess they can't actually see with the sunglasses on? It's not just you with the lore, it's the lore of the sunglasses chirpies as well. I wonder. ferocious. They are everywhere. A speedrun of this game probably looks amazing, since you have to be super efficient about how you navigate without getting hit. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not completely sure of this, but assuming it's pretty likely that you can beat like every one of these in, you know, under 30 seconds, maybe even a full 15 for some. It's just the navigation process that's challenging. And the fact that if you want to keep every single Flicky, or not, chirpy, you have to really work for it. Like that. Whew. Everyone in one go. Yes. Ow. Yeah, the weird ones are the iguanas, the Iggies, because they seem to have this weird property of not only being able to climb onto walls, but I don't know this for sure, but it seems like they can't separate Flicky from the Chirpies. I think so. That's what it's been looking like so far. Okay, there we go. Now, when we get into a better level to test it, we can try and see. Oh, that's right, this is this bonus stage. Well, we would test it if I didn't get immediately bonked. Oh my gosh, they're everywhere. But yeah, you see that Tiger separates the Chirpies from Flicky. But I'm not so sure about Iggy. Unless they're just cats that are named tigers. Yeah, I think that's what they are. Cats that are named tigers. And iguanas that are named Iggy. someone who has a lot of different types of mugs, I do cringe at the use of a mug as a weapon here. Yeah, well, you know. It's a desperate time, so you gotta use desperate measures. In Bug Bunny's Crazy Castle, you use an anvil in a similar manner to the weapons here. What, you pick up an anvil and you throw it? But it's just the anvil, not different stuff per stage like this game. You push it more like, but essentially the same way as how you use weapons here. Oh, interesting. Ceiling? Or am I just hitting something? Ugh. Just go back to the beginning. Gosh. I'm generally having schizophrenia from the two types of games I'm seeing being played here. The lighthearted Tom and Jerry type shenanigans here, and Starlight digging a hole and being threatened by a possible eldritch horror underground. Okay, I gotta know what this game is. What's this hole that you're digging? Game about digging a hole. Is that the name of the game?
Nowadays, games could have all sorts of crazy names like that. Wow. Okay. You know, sometimes you get simple names like Flicky, other times you get names like a game about digging a hole. Turns out it's pretty much Subnautica, but instead of diving deep underwater, you are digging into the ground. And the gameplay is about just digging? Digging, mining, exploding, drilling. Oh, drilling, you say? Well. Let me know, if at some point starlight manages to pierce the heavens. Ooh, okay. We'll keep an eye on that. Okay. But yeah, to go back to lore, this was an idea that I had, and as far as I know, there's nothing that would confirm it, but I always thought that this was kind of an interesting way to keep this Flicky character in the mythos, was if, the character from Sonic games, E123 Omega, was actually powered by this Flicky. Let me try this way. There we go. That would be pretty cool. Maybe... Oh, wait. It's too much... Oh, tiger. Okay. be pretty cool. Maybe his hatred for Eggman's robots is just him channeling his hatred for tigers and Iggies. That's an interesting idea. I didn't think about it that way, but that's actually cool. Oh my gosh. Okay, we'll go back to the beginning. Bit easy that way. How did that thing not hit you? I think in Shadow Generations, he explained... Oh my gosh. I think in Shadow Generations, he explained that he was powered by some kind of complex matrix or something. We can just imagine that it's just in addition to Flicky. Yeah. I think I do remember him saying that in Shadow Generations. But, I don't know. I mean, all of Eggman's other E-Series robots were powered by animals. So it feels like he would keep that theme going? Oh my gosh, there's so many. Let's start from the beginning. Actually, let's start from right here. And the one thing about this game that makes it extra hard is that Flicky has weird movement. This dang bird loves to slide across the ground constantly. So it makes jumping difficult too. There we go. And I can't remember where I saw this. I know I saw it in, like, some sort of comic, but I don't know if that was an Archie comic, or a fan comic, or what. But I remember specifically seeing there was, like, a black Flicky that was powering Omega at one point. And I want to say it was a fan comic, because I remember seeing it on TV and art. But it seemed really well drawn. And I thought, oh, Black Flicky would be cool, but I still like my idea that Omega is just powered by this Flicky. I've tried to look for it, I can't find it. It was too long ago. You know how people love to delete things off TV and art. Yeah, the idea of this Flicky is still more fun lore-wise. Yeah, I agree. There we go. Finally grab that one. Just get in the door. There we go. Okay. We're almost there. wait, what is RD even stand for? You would think it would be an abbreviation for road. Oh, wait, yeah, rounds. Yeah, it's rounds. Because essentially there are 48 rounds in the game, and then after the 48th round, the game keeps going, but now it will, be slightly harder versions of each level, and then after you loop again, it just keeps looping again and again at that same level, I think. Which I don't really want to go that far. I do like this game, but it is a little annoying to play sometimes because of Flicky's weird controls. Like, see, I just want to go down the hole. I can't do it. And then I throw the present, and it misses. I guess the game was too cool to use level or room. Yeah, it's a little interesting. It's not often you see someone say rounds for their game. But yeah, see, like, I'm just trying to jump up here, and because Flicky has this weird slippery thing, it's actually way more difficult than it is just to make a simple jump. And Flicky will bounce off the walls like crazy. And, like, they knew they wanted to make it this annoying because, you know, the level design is kind of designed to be like, alright, how can we be annoying when we do this? It's like an involuntary wall jump, yes. And then you consider, oh, the Iggy's also in here, and you consider that there are items to help you throw around, but they make it like the items don't... There's just not enough of them. And these corridors are pretty cramped, so it's kind of hard to... Oh. This round is indeed designed around the quirks of the gameplay. That's diabolical. It is! It's not often you see that, where it's like the game designers knew, like, okay, Wiki does control weird, but what if we made a level that forced people to deal with that weird control? Like, this room doesn't even have an item in it. Not that it's all that helpful, but at least it'd be something to have them if they were in every room. Yeah, the funny thing is, I think even the tiger cats are confused too on how to do this, because they're stuck down there and they haven't really come after me in a while. To be fair, this is the same company that said, hey, let's have a last command of up at the end of Space Channel 5's credits just to mess with people that want to reach 100% rating. Yes, it's pretty diabolical. And that was also like in a more modern era. So like, they never got out of that. They never got out of that mindset. You know, not that I think that this one is a particularly big deal, but there is, like, in Sonic Unleashed, its final, like, action, I think, is where you have to do, like, 66 button presses for a quick time. And I remember seeing a lot of people complaining about that. Let's try doing it this way. Oh my gosh, I can't grab this one Chirpy. There we go. I mean, yeah, I'm fine with it, but I know I'm an outlier in terms of button mashing. Yeah. Button mashing in and of itself isn't terrible, it's just when you ask so much of the player who might not be good at button mashing. And again, I don't think the Sonic Unleashed one was that bad, because I think it's forgiving enough in how quick you have to do it. It's just a lot of it. Really? I didn't hit the tiger once? Dude. Come on, what's it? Thank you. Just one jump up here. And we lost all. I think that's the reason why they changed the command of million stabs from Devil May Cry 4 onward. It's no longer a button mash command, so much as holding the button. Yeah, I can see that. And I wouldn't mind it if they were to say, make it, what's the word? If they were to make it, say, an optional thing, because I think there are some games that, like, let you switch over between button mashing and it does things automatically, but, yeah. Oh, well. This is the, last stage of the normal playthrough. And just to see if I can, let's see if I can do all the Chirpies in one go. Don't know if that's gonna be possible because Flicky still has an annoying jump. They really are relentless. Of course, the final one has just Sega in the level design. Yep. If you ever wanted a Sega level in a Sega game, this is the closest I know of, at least. Oh my gosh, they're everywhere. Ah. Well, close enough. Alright, there you go. Congratulations, you are a super player, even though you use save states. Yeah. That's Flicky. I don't know, you know, how people feel about games like this, but it's pretty nice in a short burst. I think maybe going all 48 stages is a little... It's gonna mess you up like it's messing up that tiger there. Let's see if I could put in emotes. That one might be fun enough. Just having a spinning tiger. But yeah, the game is still fun. It's just because the controls can be so weird with how slippery it is. It is a bit much to do in one massive burst. But you know, that's okay. I think that if you want a challenge, you can do all these, and then you can do the hard stages after this. But I think just playing through a few of these stages early on is enough to be like, oh, okay, this is fun. And then because it's on the Nintendo Switch, you can just be like, alright, I'll make a save state, and just load it. Or I guess as Nintendo calls it, a suspend point. But yeah, that's Flicky. Essentially, like I said, you start over, it counts it as round 49, and from here, it's supposed to be harder. I'm not exactly sure what they do to make it harder. Maybe they make the animals... Oh, that's right, they have Iggy here. But yeah, I think that just playing the game for a few rounds is fun enough. In hindsight, I'm going to say that considering the bird subject of this game... yeah. That's one way to look at it. and I assume, right, if I do this, it's gonna be... Yeah, it just makes you start all over. So, yeah, it's still gonna be hard, even if, you're like, okay, let me try again. And it's like, nope, you start from the very beginning. Round 1. But, yeah, I don't know if anyone is felt inspired to play this game after watching me play it, but hopefully you were at least all entertained. And for this game that has been, gosh, it's been here for 35 years? I felt like, you know, it was worth giving a bit of a celebration to it. So, hopefully you all enjoyed that. As far as my next feature streams, I'm gonna try to go back to Undertale and Hollow Knight and wrap those up so I can move on to other games. But I do have another game planned on Wednesday to stream with Humane Entertainment here. We're gonna be going back to our game Trade Blue for Devil May Cry 3 and try to get another 5 missions out of that game, maybe more, maybe less. We'll see how scheduling and crazy computer antics go. But hopefully everything will go well. It should be a fun time. So come check us out on Wednesday. And yeah, I hope you all have a great night or a great day. Humane Entertainment will be streaming soon, so if you feel like watching some Dead or Alive antics instead of the crazy, cute FLICKY antics, be sure to check him out. But until then, you all have a great day, and farewell.